Cheers, thank you. Cheers, thank you. So there's quite a bit of extra security to get into the terminal here at London City. As you'd expect, they've had quite a few protests here over the last few days. Now, London City used to be home to loads of airlines operating the Fokker 50 aircraft. KLM had them coming in here, VLM, Luxair sent them in. All sorts of airlines from across Europe sent the Fokker 50 in, but Fokker 50 service ended here at London City last year when VLM went bust about 3 days after I flew on them. However, since then a new startup has started in Antwerp, Belgium, Air Antwerp. They're using one of VLM's old Fokker 50s and they're sending it 3 times a day from between Antwerp and here in London City. So today I'm going to be taking a ride on the Air Antwerp Fokker 50 from here at London City Airport over the North Sea to Antwerp in Belgium. Let's go. London City Airport is really compact. It's situated on an old dock in the centre of the City of London where space is at a premium. There's never far to walk, but to me it always feels a little bit cramped. I was looking forward to the usual great views from the departure lounge across the runway, but it looks like the airport have got other plans. Where you could once see the runway, it's now a building site, and it looks like an extension to the terminal building is being built. Pretty soon my ride to Antwerp was landing. It was built in 1990 and has a long history. Originally delivered to DLT of Germany in 1990, it went to Air Nostrum in Spain in 1995. In 2001 it moved back to Germany with Lufthansa CityLine before being bought by VLM in 2001. It went on to CityJet when VLM went bust in 2016 before going back to the reformed VLM. In 2018 VLM went bust again and it went to the Swedish airline Amapola Flug before Air Antwerp started operations in 2019. The corridors of London City Airport always remind me of a hospital. It's all very clinical. Hello.
Hello.
I don't like the sound of that.
You're going to have 11D now.
Okay.
That's great, thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
It was time to head across the apron to the waiting aircraft, which is always a pleasure at London City. Thank you. After a couple of seat changes today, I took my allocated seat in row 11 for the flight over to Antwerp. Hello, hi.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
We would like to remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
Our route over to Antwerp today then took us south into Kent before crossing the Channel into Belgium and starting our descent into Antwerp. Flight time today was 52 minutes at a cruising altitude of 17,000 feet. It's like going back in time flying on the old turboprop airliners. Seat room is a little bit cramped. But hey, it's a 50-minute flight, we don't need a flatbed seat for that. It's pretty noisy on board this Fokker 50. And unless you looked really closely, you wouldn't tell that this aircraft is approaching 30 years old. It was built in the late 80s. Really enjoying it. It's just 50 minutes long, this flight. And they're running a full complimentary bar service including beers, wines, spirits, snack service, soft drinks, teas, coffees, the works. Really good if you ask me. This is a 50-minute flight and you get all of that. I'm really impressed so far. Air Antwerp were formed after the failure of VLM Airlines twice. The aircraft and the crew are all ex-VLM. This aircraft may be approaching 30 years old, but to be honest, inside it's in really good condition and certainly no worse than Flybe's fleet of Dash 8s, which is a very similar size aircraft to this one. The service compared to Flybe is completely different though. This is just incredible for such a short flight. We soon started our descent over Belgium down into the city of Antwerp.
Welcome to Antwerp Airport. Local time is 5:55, which is an on-time arrival.
My flight today cost me £70 or around $90.
Securely fastened until the complete stop of the engines and the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. You can now use your electronic devices. Be careful when opening the overhead lockers as items might fall.
Air Antwerp were a lovely airline to fly with. The service was excellent and it was a lovely chance to get another ride on a Fokker 50. I do worry about the future of this route though. Air Antwerp seems to have been built largely out of sentimental reasons from the ashes of VLM.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Nice evening.
You too, thank you.
An airline operating just one ageing aircraft in its fleet, with a 3 times daily service between a secondary Belgian city and London, offering a full bar service on board and relatively low prices, doesn't leave me feeling particularly confident about the future. Admittedly, this was an afternoon flight, but the load seemed very low, with just 13 passengers on board today's flight.
Hello.
I would love to be proven wrong though, as it is wonderful to be able to get a flight on a Fokker 50 still in 2019. So then here in Antwerp, Belgium, and I don't think I've ever actually been to Antwerp where the sun's been shining. Every time I've been here, it's been absolutely throwing you down with rain, although it's only drizzling at the moment. Great flight over with Air Antwerp on the Fokker 50. That aircraft seems to be invincible. Every time you think that it's not going to be flying anymore, when VLM went bust the first time, it came back. When VLM went bust the second time, they've come back as Air Antwerp. I don't think that they're ever going to go anywhere, to be honest. It was a really nice flight though on an aircraft that is pretty rare these days. You can fly Air Antwerp on their route from London City to Antwerp 3 times a day. They also have a really good code share with KLM as well, so you can get your flying blue points and things with them as well. Let me know what you think to Air Antwerp and the Fokker 50 down in the comments below, but in the meantime, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time here on In-Flight Video.